Hello out there. Anders Johnson with CMG Home Loans, bringing you another segment in my education series. This one is additional frequently asked questions that I am asked by prospective homeowners, and to give you a little bit more insight into those answers. So let's start off with when is the best time to go through and start the pre-approval process? It's a great question. It really depends on the person. So, and more specifically, your living situation. So for instance, if you know that 6 months from now, your lease is going to be ending, I generally would say between 2 and 3 months is where you want to start the pre-approval process. Gives you enough time to find out how much you qualify for, and also start that home search process, as well as make offers on homes that you're interested in. Of course, if you are living at home or don't have a long-term lease, you could really start it at any time. The one exception to that is if you know that there are credit issues, which we are going to want to get ahead of prior to your pre-approval or while the pre-approval process is going on. That's when maybe a little bit more time is needed, and I would maybe recommend anywhere from 4 to 6 months depending on the type of credit issues that you might have. Second question, how long is a pre-approval good for? This is an excellent question, and really the answer is simply 4 months, meaning that if you had your credit pulled today and you did not close within 4 months, you would have to have your credit repulled or refreshed. And essentially the reason being is that it has been determined that after 4 months, credit is too old and must be updated. So essentially 4 months due to the credit report, but then if nothing has really changed and you're still on an active home search, we can refresh that, repull that credit again, and you get an additional 4 months. The third question, private mortgage insurance, or better known as PMI. What is this? Why is this part of my payment? Well, again, great question. Private mortgage insurance is on conventional loans that have less than 20% down. So the reason for private mortgage insurance is that it protects the lender in case of default by the borrower. So if you or any homeowner were to default on a loan, meaning not pay it back, that private mortgage insurance insures the lender against that. So now there are two ways to really pay private mortgage insurance. You can pay it monthly as part of your monthly payment. You could also pay it at closing in full, which is generally less than if you had it monthly by the time you could would be eligible to drop it. Usually it's a bit less paying it at closing. But those are options that we can look into, but that's essentially what private mortgage insurance is. On FHA loans, it is there for the life of the loan, regardless of how much your down payment is. VA does not have private mortgage insurance at all, and USDA has lower mortgage insurance generally than a conventional or even an FHA loan. The fourth question and final question for today's segment, co-signers. Are they allowed? In what situation would I need them? Please just talk to me a little bit more about that. Well, co-signers is allowed, and it is important to make the distinction between a co-borrower and a co-signer. A co-borrower is someone that is on the application, intends to live in the house, and is just another person that is on the application, able to use their income and everything, but who will be living in the house. A co-signer is someone who generally would not be living in the house, like, so for instance, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, someone that would co-sign. Maybe they live somewhere else. They wouldn't be living with the borrower, but we look at their assets, their income, everything in conjunction with the borrower who will actually be living there. And the main reason for a co-signer is to help the borrower afford and qualify for more. Now, keep in mind that a co-signer is just as responsible as the actual borrower for the payment, meaning if the borrower does not pay, then the co-signer would be responsible to pay. So it's important to make that distinction, though, in terms of a co-signer and a co-borrower. And that's going to wrap up this segment in an education series with our frequently asked questions. I will be back again soon with another hot topic as far as home buying is concerned. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.